Thanks for tuning in to OUTOFSCOPE, episode number 47, How to Market on Black Friday.
Sports marketing expert Brian Cristiano.
Brian Cristiano.
Marketers and advertisers and brands always have to keep in mind, you have to play to the state of your audience.
Sports fans are arguably the most passionate people probably on the face of this planet. If you're not passionate, do something else. So we're just a week and a half out from Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and seeing a lot of headlines and a lot of people talking about, oh, what are marketers going to do? And then also even some smaller, mid-sized clients that haven't figured it out, wondering, oh, what do we do for the holidays? What do we do for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Should we be there? Should we advertise? And I'm going to say if you haven't made this decision 6 months ago is probably a bad time to make this decision. But B, I would say that actually, unless you're a major retailer or have major e-commerce, online presence, I would actually skip over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You've got companies, big companies like REI that's making a big statement. They're closed on Black Friday. They're closed on Thanksgiving. But I think that they've capitalized on that by making those statements, saying we're not going to play that game. We're not going to be open on Friday. I think they've got a lot of good press around it. So I think a lot of people are going to shop there before or after that. I don't think that they lose by doing that. I think it's actually, A, I think it's a great thing to do, but B, I think from a marketing perspective, it's also really smart. I think it's going to actually increase some sales for them. But as a smaller, mid-size company that wants to market during this time frame, I would say don't bother marketing on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, because you're going to be competing against all these big box retailers that have online presence or even don't have online presence and are just physical locations. They're going to be pumping every dollar they have against every single media channel, TV, print, newspapers, which is a waste, but maybe not in this scenario, right? And all the digital and social platforms as well. So it's going to be super saturated. So you're not going to get, even if you're talking about, let's say, an Instagram or a Facebook, yeah, it's a way less saturated platform than other traditional medias. But you're going to be competing against all these other marketers that are spending every dollar they can bidding up all these prices. So it's going to be a lot more expensive to market on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. So I would say if you don't have the money to put against it, don't bother. On the flip side of that coin, I think that there's two other ways to look at it. One, and this plan should have been put in place a long time ago, though it may be executable in a week and a half, depending on who you are and how fast you can move, is I wouldn't focus necessarily on trying to market on Black Friday or Cyber Monday from a, hey, here's our stuff, call to action, buy it now. I would be leading up to a Black Friday with marketing that pushes, hey, sign up for our list and come Black Friday or Cyber Monday, we'll send you our exclusive deals. I've seen a lot of marketers that are doing that. We have a couple clients that have been doing that to a relatively good success rate of getting a lot of leads in a very short period of time, because people, the consumer, can feel special that they have a connection with this brand, they're interested in what they have to offer, and they want some sort of a deal, or they want some sort of a special, or some sort of a new product come Cyber Monday or Black Friday. I think that's the smarter role, because now, come one of those days, you don't need to pay for that media to get your message out there. You've already collected this group of people who are pre-interested in what it is that you have to sell, and now you're just sending out that email, and they're expecting it. I mean, don't get me wrong, their inbox is going to be flooded with every marketer also doing the same thing. However, if they're genuinely interested in your product, they're going to take a look. So that's one way to cut through the noise. The other way that I would look at this is not marketing on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, but marketing after or before. I read a study yesterday, I think, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I want to say it was more than 50% of people would rather shop prior to Black Friday than on Black Friday. So there's a lot of marketers that have been or could be or should be capturing attention leading up to that date, and trying to do your sales at that point for the early birds who are going to buy, who don't want the hustle and bustle of that Friday or that Monday. The other thing I would think about is doing it after Cyber Monday. So instead of focusing on when everybody's trying to sell, yeah, are there massive amounts of transactions that happen that Monday? Absolutely. Do you want a piece of that? Of course. Everybody does. But you can set yourself apart by not marketing on that day and putting up some sort of special that makes sense for your product. a week or two after, because there's plenty of people who aren't going to buy on Cyber Monday that are going to buy over the next couple of weeks leading into the new year. And I think what it allows you to do is separate yourself from the real noisy marketplace during that time period. And as far as digital, as far as social, rates go, as far as what you're going to spend to reach these consumers, it's going to be lower on those days than it is going to be on that Friday or Cyber Monday. Don't get me wrong, there's still going to be a lot of marketing going on during that time frame, so there's a lot of competition, and it's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be cheap like some other times of the year, but it's not going to be as expensive it would be to compete for that same advertising space and those same consumers on, let's say, Cyber Monday, when everybody's going to be advertising, because everyone wants that call to action, everyone wants that click to purchase. With that said, I think it does make sense to be there with some sort of really hyper-targeted practice, right? I wouldn't not necessarily be there if you do have an online retail presence. I would be there for sure Cyber Monday. Why not? But I'd be really hyper-targeted about it. I wouldn't waste money trying to compete against the Best Buys of the world in the media that they can control and they can buy way more than you can buy. I would focus on social, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, other digital platforms, remarketing, all of that kind of stuff where you can really hyper-target the consumers that make the most sense for you. Granted, everyone else is going to be doing the same thing, but you're getting a lot less media dollar waste versus trying to go broad and do TV commercials, even if you're talking about spot cable locally. I think it's a much smarter way to spend your money. Anyway, I think I'm going to be really interested to see how it plays out, and I'm going to really follow what happens for REI after Black Friday. I think they're going to benefit from that move. I think it was smart. I also think as much as, it's a great thing that people are buying, and obviously we have clients that, sell products, and all those things are fantastic. I think it's a great thing to kind of chill out a little bit on those days. Like, it doesn't need to be all about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like, people are still going to buy stuff. It doesn't have to be on those two specific days. So I like that REI made that positioning. And but again, I think it's actually going to end up benefiting them, because how much press and media have they gotten out of making that stance? Anyway, I'd love to hear what you have to think. Thanks so much for watching episode 47 of Out of Scope. I'll see you on the next one.